morning, y'all. Chris the Camping Texan, and welcome to another episode of Where in the World is the Geo Pro? This weekend, we're at Village Creek State Park in Lumberton, Texas, and this is campsite number 8. Well, y'all, we had a really good time traveling around North Texas and visiting those parks up there, Paladero Canyon and Copper Breaks. Please check out those videos if you haven't. But we're back in our neck of the woods now. We're close to Beaumont, and it's hot this weekend. So we left Quanah, and we woke up that last morning we were there, and it was about 35 degrees. And today, no, it's in the 80s. Although there's a cold front moving in a couple of days, but it's hot and humid here. So we got in late last night. Not because we wanted to. We had an issue with a tire, so we had to get that taken care of before we could get out here to the park. This park is very interesting. It reminds me a lot of McKinney Falls, where you have to drive through a neighborhood to get back to the state park. It was pretty dark when we showed up last night. We got here about 11:30, and I had to have Susan get out again with a flashlight to help me get into this spot. It was that dark. But we're in the big thicket area of Southeast Texas, and there's a lot of trees, a lot of foliage. It's pretty dense here at this park. The check-in process here was a breeze. This morning I walked over to headquarters about 9 o'clock, and the lady inside the office was super nice, and she already had my permits and everything ready to go. And the great thing about this camping loop is it's really close to headquarters, so I just walked over there. You don't need a bicycle or anything. It's that close. You don't have to drive. Well, guys, let's go ahead and do your campsite review. This is site number 8 at Village Creek State Park. This is not a full hookup site. You get your water and your electric service, which is 20 and 30 amp. No problems with the services here this weekend. Everything works as it should. It's not a very big site. As you can see from the road, we did have to watch out for some branches on either side of the camper as we were putting our slide out, as well as our awning. So also the pad, it's not level front to back, so we had to play with the level setup on the Geo Pro a little bit to get it where we wanted it. As far as insects go this weekend, we really haven't seen much of anything. No mosquitoes or ants or anything like that. It is the last day of December, but it's still hot and humid out here. Satellite TV has been great. We've been able to get all of our channels, including locals. We're not that far from Beaumont, so getting our TV hasn't been an issue. And as far as AT&T goes, 2 bars of service. We've been able to make phone calls, send texts, surf the internet, all that kind of stuff without any issues. So here are some other sites that you guys may be interested in. On this side of the road, you have all of your even numbered sites, campsites. So there's 10, 12, and 14. And you can really see how deep these sites are. So you could get a larger rig into these sites. And then across the road are your odd numbered sites. So this is 19 right here. Okay, and then there's the end of the road right there, and your bathhouse is around the corner. And then if you go this way, it'll take you back to headquarters. But all of these sites come with a picnic table, a really nice bench or a sitting area around the fire ring and fire pit. All the campsites have water and 20 and 30 amp electric. You can see there. This is Fort 14 that I'm looking at. And then your tent pads. It's very heavily wooded. In the summertime, you're going to have a lot of privacy. And this is 12. And this is 10. So these three sites you may want to consider, especially if you have a larger rig. It's going to be able to accommodate you. So this is site number 6. It's pretty tiny. I don't even see where your barbecue pit, your fire ring, or your lantern pole. I don't think this site has any of those amenities. So if you stay at number 6, you're going to get electric and water only. Not that deep. So probably a couple's camper. And then you can see site number 9 across the street. It was a lot deeper if you had a bigger rig. So guys, this is the road coming from headquarters. And right past the camping loop is a parking area where they have dumpsters for you to get rid of your trash. They also have an aluminum can recycling container. And then across the street is a very nice restroom. So this is your dump station at Village Creek State Park. None of the sites have sewer, so everyone has to come through the dump station. It's a very nice, wide dump station. However, there is only one sewer connection. Well, guys, one of the downsides of Village Creek State Park is entering trails that are closed due to storm damage. And that's what we have here. We were on the Oak Water Trail and we were near the Caney Slough, and we ran into a sign that said that all the campsites beyond here, as well the trails, have been devastated due to recent flooding. So just something to keep in mind if you come to Village Creek, that some of your trails may be closed. So this is the bridge that leads to the Creekside Primitive Hike-In camping sites. And when you first cross the bridge, you see what looks like used to be an old restroom, but now it's a maintenance area for employees. So if you decide to stay back here in Creekside, just know that there's not a restroom. Continue your hike from the Water Oak Trail to the River Birch Trail. That's going to lead you into the Creekside hike-in campsites. And it's also going to give you your best view of Village Creek. Currently, the Water Oak Trail is closed at the Caney Slough, so just know that before you come here. In fact, rain causes many of the trails to be closed here quite often, so you may want to call headquarters before you arrive if there's a particular trail that you're looking to hike. Now, if you like primitive camping, this is the River Birch Trail, And this is right next to Village Creek. And there's no services at these hike-in campsites, but these are off the grid. And you can see you get a really nice picnic table that's made of wood, a fire ring and a grill and a bench and a lantern pole. And then this area back here is your tent pad site. I'm going to pan over here. You guys can see how close you are to Village Creek. So just a thought, keep in mind it really how beautiful it is at these hike-in primitive sites that they have here. Now I'm standing at the back of campsite 33 in the primitive camping area, and if you're camping here, this is your view. I could see where people have been fishing back here, straight from their campsite. And I noticed that there was a water spigot on the trail. So if you needed fresh water, they've got you covered for that. But I'm just gonna let you guys take in this view for a moment. So a correction, if you are staying in a creekside hike-in camping area, I said that the restroom is off limits. That is true, but they do offer 2 porta potties that you can use, and these are located in the parking area out by the day use picnic area. So that you know that they do have some porta potties. So guys, I'm standing here at the bridge by the Village Slough, and I noticed over here on the side of the road there is a marker that's painted blue, and it has the letter N painted in white. Also on the other side of the bridge there is another marker that has the letter O stamped in it. So if you've been to Village Creek State Park before and you know what that stands for, could you place that into the comments? I'm very interested to know what that means. I'm standing down here by Village Creek, and this is one of the pavilions that they have here at the park. They also have a playground right next to it. But I want you to see how they don't overlook the details at this park. It may be a small park, but they do really neat things, like it's still Christmas time, New Year's, and they make sure that they hang Christmas lights. They did this for the restrooms, the headquarters, and they even put Christmas lights over the bridge leading down here to the creek. So little things make a big difference at this park. I want to give a shout out to the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts. They've done an amazing job at this park. For example, I'm standing in front of the bicycle or fitness trail. This was all created by the Girl Scouts. The Girl Scout troop of 3516. And then across the street, the Village Slough Trail, there are several bridges on that trail that were built by an Eagle Scout. Most of your trails here are going to be easily passable. They're flat. However, some of the trails like Village Slough and the biking trail that was created by the Girl Scouts, you will see some of these very large roots sticking up out of the ground. So you always need to be careful when you're walking along so that you don't trip over those. Village Creek State Park does not offer any type of grocery service here. You can't buy ice or anything like that. You're gonna have to drive into Lumberton. They do sell firewood if you would like that, and there's currently no burn ban here at the park. So Lumberton is 5-10 minutes away. They have everything that you need. Dollar General, many restaurants that you can visit, gas stations. They're a large enough town that you can find what you need. And here's headquarters, all decked out with Christmas lights. How cute is that? And then I want to show you guys the firewood shack. Firewood is $5.54 a bundle. It is locked, so you'll have to pay for it in advance at headquarters, and then they'll come out here and get it for you. The Nature Center also offers a book nook, or a free place where you can read a book, return a book. Well, y'all check out this awesome grill that you get if you rent out this pavilion next to Village Creek. Unfortunately, it's locked, so I can't open it and show you on the inside, but that thing is amazing. Well, I always like to leave you guys with 3 activities that you should check out when you go to any state park. And on top of the list is relaxation. When you come to this park, make sure that you spend some time at your campsite. So hang out, enjoy the peace and quiet. You'll hear a train come by every once in a while. But mainly you're going to hear birds, and you'll hear wind just flowing through the trees here. So just take time to unwind. Come back here to Village Creek and just look around. Just be awe-inspired by what's around you. There's so much peace and quiet, so much nature. The second activity that you need to try at Village Creek State Park is their amazing trail system that they have. This park is home to the Village Slow Trail, which is 1.2 miles. And I promise you that you will see one of the most diverse ecosystems at any state park. As soon as you enter the Village Slow Trail, you'll see heavily wooded areas that are typical of the Big Thicket. Once you exit that part of the trail that runs alongside the Village Slow, you're going to enter a deforested section. And what I mean by that is that the park has purposefully removed some very tall pine trees because they had gotten too thick for them to do a prescribed burn. So you'll actually notice that the longleaf pine trees have been piled up. It looks very devastating to see. You're also going to notice a lot of sand as you're walking along. You'll think you're on the beach. There'll be so much sand. And then once you get to the intersection of the Village Slow Trail and the Water Oak Trail, take the Water Oak Trail. You're going to cross Sandy Slow, and you're going to see a swamp back there. So the scenery changes on every trail that you take down here. The third and final activity to do here at Village Creek State Park is make sure you visit the Nature Center. They're very knowledgeable in there. They have a lot of interactive devices that you can look at, exhibits. There's real life things that you can go in there and explore. So check them out. And then also headquarters has a very small gift shop where you can purchase water bottles and stickers. And again, everybody is so friendly here. So this is just a great place to come to, a great park if you're looking to unwind. Well, y'all, we've enjoyed our time at Village Creek State Park. Village Creek is an awesome creek or river. This should be your go-to park if you just want some peace and quiet. But it's time for us to move on. So we're going to enjoy New Year's Day tomorrow with family. And then we will see you again at Lost Maples State Natural Area on January the 8th, next Saturday. So I'll see you at the campsite.